All right. Are we ready?
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
And we're here.
Good morning.
Good
We made it.
morning. We already have Midday Madness checking in on 90.7. Thank you so much for listening. And I love our college kids. We have so much fun. We had a great conference last week.
That
and
was a good event.
Yeah,
that was
I
a really
know.
good event.
Kai
Yeah.
and I got to have lunch and listen to one of my former coworkers, just Gabber. He's one of those people that I call station collectors,
Yes.
because they will seek out the air dial in which they want to be on and then go get it, even if it's for 5 minutes to work at that station.
Yeah, when he was rattling off all the places he had been, I was like, dude, like,
Right.
wow.
Yeah.
Did you rest for a
He's a
minute?
call letter collector. That's what he is. But I love it. He's got a great voice. He's got a lot of insight into the business.
Oh, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
And RJ Jordan, if you are looking for him, if you're a radiophile, say hello to him. We said hi. So yeah, I've got Kai in the studio with me this morning. It's been kind of a crazy morning. So thank you for, putting your helmet on and coming to work with me.
Hey, listen, let's do it. It's not my first rodeo with you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not. What has all got going on this week?
This week, well, we just had our Blue Economy pitch contest. That
Very
happened
cool.
last week. That was fun. So we had a full house in Provincetown and all you can eat shellfish raw
So
bar.
amazing.
That was a lot of fun. So we had a blast. And so the next thing that I'm gearing up for is like we got a quarter of the way through the year before we remembered that this is our 5th anniversary. So we're like, oh yeah, we should probably do something about that.
What?
So we're going to have a big celebration at Cape Cod Beer in June. We're going to celebrate the accelerator that's graduating, and we're going to do a big old party. We're going to have a live band. We're going to have food.
So fun.
It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a good time. So that's where my head is at, right? I'm living in June already.
You have to.
Yeah.
This time of year, it goes so quickly. I know we're sitting here
Thank
complaining
God.
about the road construction and all the drama that's going on and the allergies. And my husband sneezes 47 times whenever he goes somewhere. And I'm
Dude,
like,
no joke
can
today.
you stop doing that? Because we're all like I'm a little like COVID weird. So I'm like, I know you're not sick, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't
You're
be sitting
freaking out
next to
everybody
you,
in the
right?
room.
Everybody, you could just feel the tension in the room as people are just doing a little light sneezing because it's allergies.
Well, and I'm basically allergic to life. So there's like, I'm itching, I'm sneezing, I'm sniffling, I'm coughing, and like,
Yeah.
it's not pretty.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not
like,
pretty.
and I'm not diseased. You're not going to get anything from me. This is just my own personal growth.
Exactly. I'm just a petri dish, but I'm not catchy.
Not for
It's fine.
you, just me. I'm the problem. It's me.
As with so many things in my
Yeah,
life.
right.
I am the problem. It's me.
Legit. I am out at Mass Hire. They're doing a huge hiring event, and that is happening at the Cape Cod today from 4 until 7. So if you're looking for a job in the industry that you're doing restaurant work or anything like that, there's over 30 vendors that are going to be there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, you're guaranteed to leave there with a job if you want to cherry pick the best jobs. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm finally feeling a little bit better. Poor Jen was supposed to come on my show on Friday and I canceled the day.
Yeah.
You
sometimes
so
you got to
overwhelmed.
take the minute.
Also, I had a sore throat and I'm like, I don't like that. So thankfully I felt a lot better, but I mean, still, it's this time of year where I was just like, oh, it's like one of those signs that you're like, maybe I should be testing. Maybe I should be alone. So I was alone on Friday. I didn't even leave my bed. I had a bed day.
That's probably a good call. Like I had that last last week, the week before, I had like 2 days where I was just like, I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot even cope. I'm
Right.
just
I
good.
really did, and I felt awful about it. I had, like, studio sessions and people that were supposed to make music, but I was like, "If I'm borderline, we're done." Like, that's it. I have too many other things that I have to rest my body
You
for.
know what? If we have not learned any lesson in the last 3 years, let it be that stay home when
Mhm.
you're sick.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, good morning, Laura. Yeah, thank you so much, Laura Imhoff. So I'm gonna
Oh.
have her on the show at some point now that I've got all this working. Good morning, Cliff. Good morning, Tanya. You had a goat story when I saw Tanya, and then I'm like, wait a minute, you had a goat story.
So Tanya talked me into Tanya runs Mindful Goat Yoga of Cape Cod, and she's
Fabulous.
like, my friend needs some help moving some goats. So I'm like, okay. She's like, she's looking for volunteers for a goat walk. So I'm like, all right. And she keeps saying to me, like, you need to understand, they're not my goats, they're farm goats. And she kept saying it to me in a way that I knew that it was meaningful, but I had no idea
You're like, that
why.
does not mean anything to me. Please explain.
No, I just was like, okay, I'll figure it out at some point. I'll understand when I get there. So I
I,
got there.
I like that you're the assume the sale kind of person. I am also that person. I'm like, whatever, I'm in
Whatever.
for it.
Okay, let's go on
In
a
for
goat
a
walk.
penny, in for a pound. I'm
Right,
here.
right. So it turns out that the farm goats are larger than the yoga goats.
Yeah.
So the smallest of the farm goats was larger than her largest goat. If that
Okay.
makes any sense. Follow me here.
Gotcha.
So we get there and she's like, okay, so we have 16 goats and 16 people, so that's perfect. And they'll range in size from 150 to 200 pounds. So I'm like, all right, it's a sizable animal, but no problem because they're calm,
It's a good
they're
sized
chill.
goat.
Yeah. And so she's like, okay, we've got collars and leashes, but whatever you do, don't pull the leash because apparently they have weak necks. So she's like, you'll injure the goats. So I'm like, okay. So the leash is just for show. And so she was like, okay, well, you're just, they're herd animals, they're chill. Just if they need to go somewhere, just let go of the leash and you can just catch up to them. I'm like,
Okay.
okay, fine, no problem. So now I don't know. I have no experience with goats. So I'm like, okay, it'll be a nice calm walk. But it didn't occur to me. So these are vegetation mitigation goats. So
Mhm.
their job is to eat
Yep.
everything. It did not occur to me that they would eat at a pace that would put Joey Chestnut to shame. Right? So
It is fast.
they're inhaling it and like trotting to the next part. And I'm chasing after my little goat. I got Peanut on the end of a leash and Peanut's leading me. I ain't leading Peanut, which is fine. So we're walking through and there's like this boardwalk that's like it goes over this teeny tiny stream. It's like maybe 2 feet, 16 goats. We're at the head of the pack. 15 goats pass by us because Peanut takes one look at that boardwalk and is like, nope, fuck no. So now, have you ever tried to move a 200-pound goat that doesn't want to move in the
No.
direction that you're trying to do it? Yeah, no, me neither.
No.
Still haven't to this day.
Couple of toddlers, but never a goat.
At least the toddlers you can pick up and move,
Yes.
right? So I'm like, hi, goat lady, I need some help. Is there a goat lady to be had? So she's at the front of the 16-pack goat pack, and she's
Yeah.
like, she has to double back because I cannot manage my goat.
So much now I have to manage Kai with managing the goat.
Right? She's like, this is so much more difficult with Kai on the end of the leash. So takes 3 of us, 2 behind Peanut, giving Peanut a shove.
This
And
is
I'm
awesome.
in front of Peanut, like, come on, Peanut, have a little bit of vegetation. And Peanut just grabs the thing out of
That's
my
it,
hand
yep.
and keeps moving. So yeah.
One
So
of them ate my hair one time.
it was a blast. I
was
had
like, I know
so
it
much
looks like
fun.
straw, but come on.
I highly recommend the goat walk. Just go in with the appropriate expectations.
That's it. Yeah.
But it was a blast. It was fun. But like I was like, they have 4 feet. I'm jogging.
That sounds exhilarating though, honestly.
It was a
sounds
blast.
like fun.
They were cute and like you could pet them and they're like running around and some of them are they're like friendly. Some of them they just hang it,
Tanya was glad that you said reference Joey Chestnut. I think that's perfect.
Right.
That's
right.
exactly it. Tip it in the water and we're going.
Oh, so gross. So I highly recommend the goat walk. It was a blast. And I mean, how many times in your life, unless you're Tanya, how many times in your life are you going to have an opportunity to say, I went and played with goats today?
True.
So how do you say no to that?
Do it as much as possible.
I texted a friend and I'm like, you want to go walk some goats with me? And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but yes.
I heard goat and I'm in.
In.
Perfect.
And then her daughter was pissed at her. She's like, Her daughter was like, "You went and walked goats without me? How dare you?"
Yeah, that would be something that my children would say. See, Jennifer had the same situation. She said, I heard that they dread and suckle your hair. It was a lie. Cut it off. Yeah, he ate my hair too. Yeah, that's fine. Today is National Bucket List Day. So maybe goat wrangling is into your bucket
Or
list
goat yoga.
situation.
Get the little mini goats. Start with the mini goats.
Yes,
That's my
mindful goat
recommendation.
yoga with Tanya is absolutely fabulous. I recommend it highly. In fact, we're going to be giving away goat yoga.
Oh, fun.
Yes, for all of our games coming up shortly. So we're excited to work with Tanya. She's fabulous.
She's a
Yeah.
good
So
egg.
what's on your bucket list? I was trying to think today if there's something on my bucket list that's more than, just like a regular, I'm going to travel. I'm going to see this. Like, I want a very specific thing. My husband has one. He wants
What's
to
this?
swim with the sharks in South Africa, like in the cages.
Okay, just make sure you're paid up on the insurance.
That's what I said. I'm like, we're going to double that up before we make that plan because I don't trust anybody, especially with those cages, let alone it seems like it's okay. But we've all seen the National Geographic footage where they chew through the cage.
Have them watch 47 meters down first and then go do it. And so I had a family member who had the VR, like he has PlayStation and he's a bachelor. So he has all of the things, right? So he has
all the toys.
All the toys. So he has the VR set and he thought it would be funny to set me up with the VR with the shark cage dive. There is video of me just standing in somebody's living room, just flinching and screaming.
Yeah.
Like a mad woman.
Yep.
But
I'll happily be on the boat having a cocktail.
Yeah,
I don't know what
exactly.
send me the video. I can't look at it.
So I want to see the Northern Lights before I die, but I want to stay warm. So I'm not sure how that's going to work for me.
We accidentally got the Northern Lights, which I was really excited for when we went to Iceland.
Yeah, that's like you have to do like up that way or Alaska or something. Did you see that they had the big spiral in the sky over the Northern Lights?
That looked pretty dope.
Is this like intelligent life? Nope, just SpaceX.
Yeah, right.
No, most definitely not.
It's
Just
non-intelligent life. Speaking of non-intelligent life and SpaceX, has anybody left Twitter? I know that people have been leaving in droves.
Is that still a thing? Are people still using that?
Well, because of the blue check, there was some serious drama going on over the weekend where they took all of the checks away from all of the celebrities. And then people were buying their blue checks, pretending to be the celebrities, which I think is absolutely epically hysterical.
Awesome.
I know.
Okay, come on. You're making $40 million a movie and you can't afford the $8 for the blue
Well,
check
it was
mark.
like a police department that was like, this is the official page. And then the police department was like, no, actually, this is the official page. But they were not verified. So I was like, they're going to have some big problems
This
here.
should really fix his whole issue with unverified users.
Yeah,
bots.
idiot.
This will fix it. That's definitely.
But it made me laugh that leading the charge over there was Jason Alexander. I was like, no one's swayed by what Jason Alexander is doing.
George Costanza?
Yes.
George Costanza is leading the charge.
He was like, that's it. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
NPR. I'm like, if George Costanza is obviously he was never going to pay for the blue check. It's George Costanza. He's not paying for something he already had. It was the most Jason Alexander thing to do.
Well, what is this timeline that we're living in? And can I get back to the other one?
Yeah, right. I don't know where we made the jump, but we'd like to take
Worst
it back.
Worst timeline.
Good morning, T. Hey, Eva. Good morning, Lisa. Like the lightning at the top of the banner. Oh, yeah, right. Pretty cool. Laurel, thank you so much. Two of my favorite ladies, Jenny Wheeler. And this is why I love baby goat yoga. Thank you so much for all joining us. I got to thank our sponsors, Mass Hire. We are going to be at the hiring event today, 4 to 7. So come out to the Cape Cod if you're looking for a job and service. Also, Cape and Islands Kia. Thank you very much. Our wheels. We've already got 15,000 miles on our Lemonade vehicle over there.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah, we are cruising along. And, the amount of gas in the environment, I feel really like I'm doing the world a service right now. Because my heaping junkyard that I've got going on, I had an event over the weekend where I had to use one of Lily's car because we couldn't show up in the Lemonadio mobile because that would have given away the surprise party. And there was nowhere to hide my car.
Yeah, there's no blending that.
Nope.
It doesn't blend.
No. So we had to roll up, and I didn't realize how actually bad this car has gotten over the last year and a half because I abandoned it and I never looked back when I got the new baby.
That's just your kid, and it's fine. She's just let her roll in the
She's
hunk of junk.
fine. Yeah,
she's good.
No, she's definitely going to be getting a brand new Cape and Islands Kia because I cannot let anyone ride in that vehicle yesterday. I was like, it sounds like a lawnmower. I was like, this is more incognito. I don't think so.
Just drive down the street in a go-kart at this point.
This car looks and sounds like, hey, everybody, look at me. Look what I can do. It's not good. Seriously. So I was promptly reminded why I'm very thankful for my vehicle yesterday, and to MBR Landscaping and Cleaning Services. If you need any of those services, which we all do, go online, mbrlandscaping.com, and start saving yourself some time, headache, and worry about other things in your life.
Dude, I started cleaning out my gardens, and
Good for you.
Yeah, I cleaned it out, and then but the condo hasn't done the big cleaning, so I cleaned it out, and all of the leaves blew back in. So then I cleaned it again, and all of the leaves are in it again. And like I was having problems with something, so I
tried.
Yeah, I was like, I took a picture for someone, and I'm like, please don't judge the leaves. I really have cleaned.
I've tried.
It's just not happening.
No, I had Lily out there this week, and I was so thankful for her because she's my little garden witch, and she cleaned out all of the beds.
You have a lot of ground square footage there too.
Yeah,
you got a lot of.
So she's got all of the front stuff done. The back, I need a team.
You got to pick your priorities.
Yeah,
you need MBR.
Yeah, right. That's why I already talked to Bruno. I got a date on the schedule, which I'm like very excited for. It needs to happen.
There's nothing better when you come home and you're like, oh my God, look at that. It's clean and I didn't touch it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, good morning, Rich Wood. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, buddy.
The captain is getting ready for another season.
He is. He was at the pitch contest last week, and it was fun to see
him.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, it was fun to see him. It's funny, the people who like you've gotten to know on Zoom and then you meet them in person. The first time I met Captain Rich, because Captain Rich, he was always on the Zoom and he was always
chilling, leans back. Yeah.
Chilling. And the first time I met him, he's like 6'10".
So it's so weird. You cannot gauge height. So I'm just used to I thought Captain Rich was a little guy that sat in a chair, and then you meet him and you're like, wait, oh, you have legs?
I was like, Captain Rich, give me a hug. And he had to bend in half.
Yeah, you can't tell someone's height, especially if they're tall. And I definitely did not gather that until I met him in person. So Beth Ann Charters is getting ready to start another fun season. If you're looking for a private charter boat, find Captain in here.
We went out
fast.
We went out and did a sunset. Well, we've done a couple of cruises with him, but we did a sunset fishing cruise with a couple people, and it's just nice. And he took us around to see everything. He's like,
yeah,
there's the seals, there's the sharks, there's the whales, and it was fun. It's just a chill. And then we walked Provincetown afterwards.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a blast.
It's a really nice day. I need to start enjoying the space in which I live around.
I think your next event should be on Beth Ann Charters.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Yep, and it's for me only. Captain Rich, just ferry me around. I need to see whatever.
Captain Rich you're only bringing somebody else if he'll throw him overboard for you.
That's it. I know nothing. I see nothing.
I mean, I feel like he's the go-to guy though. So there you go.
Yeah, I agree.
Discreet. Yep. Captain Rich is discreet.
I saw an article this morning and I was hastily jotting down some pertinent facts because I saw the study of what basically said these are very happy people and these what very happy people do to be happy.
Okay, lay it on me. I'm ready.
It didn't say that was the direct correlation of why. It was just the facts that seemed to emerge from the data that was gathered.
Okay.
So they said 67% of the happiest people are married.
That doesn't.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I don't know about that.
Are they widow?
My husband and I were bickering back and forth yesterday to a feverish pace where my daughter was in the back seat and she's like, you two, seriously? And my husband replied, that's our love language.
I was going to say, isn't being married choosing the one person that you want to argue with for the rest of your life?
So, but him and I are just I don't know whether it's because we work together so much now and we're never away from each other, but the bickering is taken on a whole nother level of just ridiculousness where it's almost like needling and back and forth banter. The sparring is a lot.
That's fun though.
It is fun, but it made me I burst out laughing when he was like, that's our love language. So I never thought of it that way, but it kind of is.
Accurate. Okay.
I'm
accurate.
saying I still care enough to bicker with you.
Yeah, right. The opposite of love is not hate, it's apathy.
It's so true. So I'm not sitting back just letting it happen. I'm gonna go with the fight. All right.
Okay, so happiest people are married.
So
67%.
happiest, yeah, exactly. Religious, 2/3, and it doesn't say like formalized religion. It just said religious. So I'm okay with that. I believe there's a higher power of some sort, and we can all disagree as to where
Anything
that
I'm
comes
going to say
from.
here is only going to get me in trouble. So
Okay.
I got nothing.
So 2/3 are religious. Closer to death, I saw people over 60 are like, I'm just glad I'm here.
I woke up on the right side of the
That's it.
grass
Oh,
and I'm grateful.
I woke up, I'm breathing. It's a good day. So
And so what I'm getting out of this is we just need to lower our expectations.
that's really,
if
really.
we want to be happier, just lower your expectations.
And then the final one was gym rats, which I thought was great because, people that do work out, I mean, there is a reason why you work out as endorphins at the end of the day is getting that little boost.
It's purely just chemical.
It is. We're craving that drug. Get in there and get it. And if it's physical or any other way, but I thought that is really good. Yeah, being a gym rat is channeling all of that into something else to get something for it.
Well, maybe you can find your next husband or wife at the gym.
Possible.
Over 60.
And that's so you can knock 2 off.
I have a business idea. There we go. We're going to do senior dating at the gym.
That's it. Happy people.
Science supported.
People, very happy people. That's what it's called. How do I get in? No, sorry, you're not over 60. Only very happy people.
I feel like we're going to be able to populate that no problem on Cape Cod.
So yeah, I do agree with you. It is lowered expectations. Or just wait for it. It'll eventually happen.
Expect nothing. You'll never be disappointed and you might be pleasantly surprised once in a while.
Kind of how I've lived my life. It's kind of where I'm at. You don't like anything. I said, but then I'm never disappointed. So
yeah.
Another one of my bickering sessions. So fun.
Oh God, your children.
Yeah, they're actually amazing people.
I hope the shrink budget is not shrunk.
Yeah, no, that's so awesome. It's not. We're good. We got plenty of leeway. I posted a Bed Bath & Beyond coupon on my
those ones that you always got in the mail.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if it was still valid. And some lady's like, I got a business. Bed Bath & Beyond announced that they are bankrupt and they have to do a little liquefying and culling of their herd by June 30th.
So
that's
you just run out of the store with 4 Keurigs under your arm.
That's it. Does this work? Can I still use these coupons? Apparently you can until Wednesday while they're figuring out all of their problems.
Oh, I gotta go.
So
Sorry.
get it done. 20% off coupon.
I can't stay. Sorry. Gotta cut this short.
That place, it's so marked up anyway. It's so expensive.
You have to drive all the way.
I know.
And driving these days now listen, I am grateful because we need new infrastructure. And infrastructure is good, but having said that, you can't get there from here anymore.
I know.
Like across the Cape, I drove all the way to Provincetown, and I'm like, there's not one town that's not under construction right now.
There was a day last week where I had to cross like 3 or 4 of the different spaces that were being really, really
torn apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the honor of I was trying my very best to be pleasant about it, especially since I'm in a very marked company vehicle.
In your very wrapped vehicle with your face on the back of it, the side of it, and the front of it.
Okay. And I figured out what that sweat stuff is. It's not. It's laughing tears. It's crying tears. I actually asked our graphic designer. Yes.
Okay, because he lied to you.
Yeah, I agree.
It's definitely spit.
He's like, no, it's tears of laughter.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know. I've had sweat and spit. So
sweat mustache. I was told it was a sweat mustache.
Sounds about right. Fitting for me. So in one of my bickering sessions with my husband, he was like, we gotta start walking together a little more. He's like, are you wheezing trying to put on your shoes? I was like, these are hard shoes. These are country boots. I'm trying to get the boot off. We've all been there trying to get a freaking boot off.
Where you're like, the heel is stuck in the shin. How is this possible?
It was. And I was wrestling with it. It was not a cute look. I'll admit it. Was I heavily breathing? Absolutely.
You're not in trouble until you have to lay down to zip up the jeans. Then
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
No.
Until then, you're good.
No, I got mostly stretch things, so I'm out of that. No, this was just really, really, I had a wrangling session to try and get this flipping boot off. And absolutely, I was wheezing. Yes, I was. I was also contorting myself. And
get me my inhaler.
yeah, right. Seriously. I was like, all right, that's fair play, sir. Maybe I do have to take a little bit more of cardio into action.
As long as you don't have to pull the nebulizer out, you're good.
I did it. It did not rise to that level.
As long as it's just the rescue inhaler.
However, getting that flipping boot off was not a cute situation. If anybody walked into the room, they'd be like, Stephanie's auditioning for the circus.
Just rolling around in a little ball, holding one foot.
Pretty much. Pretty much. She's like, do you want my help? Me. No! Like a little kid. Road.
What are those things called? The boot tongues? No, the boot. What are the?
Yeah, I need a longer one. A shoehorn.
Shoehorn. Thank you.
Is there a boot horn?
I just need a lever.
That's it.
Give me a lever.
With the best Massachusetts accent ever. I need a lever.
I watched 80 for Brady last night.
It's good, right?
It was great, except for Lily Tomlin's half-hearted attempt at a Boston accent.
It was, yeah.
It was like it was coming and going. Couldn't tell if it was Boston or New York.
Right? She morphed it every once in a while. And like,
just no, you can just be a transplant. Don't
yeah,
try it.
Yeah. And we were fine with that. Like, just be your regular self. You didn't
but
have
Rob
to try for it.
Corddry, who is a Boston guy, flawless.
So good.
Flawless.
Even
Great.
my son liked it. And, 14-year-old boys watching an old lady movie. He really
funny.
still enjoyed it.
It was cute.
Yeah.
It was very cute.
It was.
So.
And that's a real story.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, oh, at the end it says inspired by true events. I was like, oh, I got to go find like the true story.
Yeah.
Because that looked cute.
I met a whole entire book club yesterday. So that was interesting where I was like, so you actually do read? She goes, we talk about it for at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes before they get to other things.
Some people read the book in book club. I know that this is a foreign concept to you, but
I eventually read the book. And I did go away that weekend and I did finish 2 of them. I did. I actually finished 2 of them.
Are you telling me the truth?
Yeah, I did. I took them off the stack and everything. I was really proud of myself.
Okay.
Granted, they both had like 1 or 2 chapters left, so I did not read a lot.
It's okay. I still give you credit for it. I'm very proud of you.
I went through the stack of all my entrepreneurial books and I was like, okay, which one do I got to finish? Because I never finish anything. I just don't.
You know what the one was that was like fun and worth finishing was the, I'm going to say her name wrong. Jen Cicero, You Are a Badass at Making Money.
I started that one. I'm
was
halfway through. I need more work on that one.
But that was a good one. That was a good one. Because you know why? Because she writes like I talk.
Okay. But I like that. That's fun and able to follow.
Yes.
And I enjoy that where it's not like the formula. And now I'm going through the book and finding the other formula. And then I'm like, why am I reading this?
No, she swore a lot. And I have love for that.
Well, they do say it's a sign of intelligence.
I say that. I don't know if anybody else says that, I say it.
I think there is actual data there somewhere. I'll find it for you just so we can sleep better at night. It's good. It's good stuff. Earth Day was over the weekend. The only reason why I'm mentioning it, because I was talking to my daughter yesterday. I played catch with my son for a hot minute, and every single one of my fingernails had like grime and dirt under it. So I don't know exactly where that glove had been. But then I asked her, because she has been working in the garden, how she kept her fingernails. And she goes, what I do is I scrape my fingernails on a bar of soap before I go out and work in the garden.
Oh, before?
Before.
Huh. I've heard of that after to clean,
she does it before. So it gets a little bit underneath. Right? I was like, thank you. With so much wisdom from a 16-year-old.
Smart kid you're raising.
Well, she's on the edge of 17. We've got a big birthday coming up. And I'm like, oh my God. Then I think back to when I was 17 and I was horrible.
Better not to think through that stuff.
Yeah,
Better
right?
Other than to occasionally thank your parents. And just
I do. I definitely do. I apologize often. And I now feel exactly where I was at that moment in time. But I look back and I'm like, oh, I was really bad.
I can't remember that far back.
I was living on my own. I moved out. I was like, I don't like your rules. I'm going to make my own. And back then we could afford to go and move out to wherever it was. And I lived in Providence. I had my own apartment.
Providence is a fun little city.
Yeah.
It's a fun little city.
It was a lot. I'm like, I should not be allowed to be doing this.
Well,
but
wherever you are, you still take yourself there. So, you know.
Still me.
It's still you.
That's fair. E for All has the 5th anniversary coming up. What are the big plans?
It is crazy that we've done 5 years. So we've graduated more than 100 alumni through the accelerator program. We've given away tens of thousands of dollars to help people launch businesses. So we're gonna go to Cape Cod Beer. We're gonna do a graduation ceremony and all that stuff, but then we're just gonna party.
I love it.
So we're gonna have a live band. Taiki is in a band, so his band is gonna come perform.
I'm so excited. I didn't know
JP's
if they were still playing because he's got so many jobs.
I know he's doing all of the
A
things.
lot of hats.
He's doing all of the things, and he was like, "I'll do that too." And we're like, "All right, cool." JP's Twisted Barbecue is gonna have some food.
Yum.
We're gonna do a alumni of the year celebration. So for every
Fun.
year that we've had, we'll celebrate somebody.
Fabulous.
So it's just gonna be fun. It's just, like we over 100 alumni. We're gonna do our best to get everybody in the door.
Yeah.
Or most of them anyways, and then all of their mentors, because 100 alumni, that means 300 mentors. So
That's a lot.
It's a lot. They won't all make it in, but it's just like we looked up and we're like, oh my God, how has it been 5 years already?
Right.
Like that's nuts.
When Kristen asked you to be part of this adventure, when you were throwing yourself into this, did you ever think that you would be here at this juncture?
No. So I was like, oh, like teaching people business skills. Like I've done a lot of stuff with the SBA and banking and lending, and like I can do those things. And then the whole piece of it that I never anticipated was the like, oh, I actually like these people and want to see them outside of work. And like
Yeah.
this little family that grew up around it, this little community that grew up around it. I did not. And it's funny because when I interviewed for the job, the person who was the ops person at the time was like, so you're really going to have to work on your life balance because you're going to want to go to all of the events. You're going to care about everybody's lives and you're going to get really involved in what's going on with them. And I remember thinking to myself, no, I'm not.
Not me.
Nope. And now I'm like, now every single cohort I cry. They're like, oh, there she goes. She's crying.
I know, but they're your babies.
They
You know what I mean?
are.
Yeah, they've grown as people too, and
It's
you've
fun
seen
to
that.
watch the progression. It's fun to watch the progression of people like finding their confidence and finding their voice and kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
I do love that part of it, and just being able to witness that is fun.
Yeah, that's
So-
got to be the most rewarding part, I would think.
So what I've learned in the last 5 years is I'm soft.
No, you're not.
I'm soft.
That's awesome. You found that little soft spot in there.
Yeah. So June 6th at 6 p.m. 666 at Cape Cod Beer.
Okay, that's what it is. We refer to that as 666, just so that it doesn't offend or upset anybody. The religious nature.
Yeah.
666 it is.
Again, I planned it for 6/6 at 6 p.m. So
Perfect. You won't be able to forget it. You're welcome.
Exactly. It's memorable.
So this morning's show is going to come to a close shortly. I did see another morning show that I guess CBS is trying to put out there, CNN. It's Gail King and who was the other one? Charles Barkley. But they're calling the show King Charles. And I was like, is that to assuage his ego because she has top billing? Or is this just very clever? They have basically cut all of their staff down at bare bones. So people are BS about this because they went and gave them an inordinate amount of money to try and save a network of people that have been like just been cut. I don't know how that works as far as business goes.
Okay. So I'm going to completely derail you.
I love it.
Did
how we work.
you see the CEO who her Zoom went viral? Her motivational Zoom went viral. Did you see this? Okay, so I don't remember which she was CEO of. The company didn't register, but they're $26 million in the hole.
Okay.
And so they had a town hall where they had a Q&A with the employees. And the question to her, the CEO, was, how do we motivate our employees when we're probably not going to get bonuses this year?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for context, she made over $1 million, some of which was a bonus.
Okay.
Hundreds of thousands of which were a bonus. But her team is not going to. So her response was, we need to focus on what we can control. And she did good for like 50 seconds.
Okay.
Where she did the really good, like we're gonna focus on the present and we're gonna move forward. And then you can see her just like, you see the twitch where she loses it and she goes, listen, you can visit Pity City, but you can't live there, and like goes off on this rant. She's making $111 to the employees one. And she goes off on the you can't live in Pity City and you just need, buck up, work harder. Not I was like, oh yeah, that didn't go well. She had to apologize, and then she had to apologize because her apology wasn't good enough. Her apology was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm sorry if it didn't land well. And it's like, no,
That's not an apology.
no,
I
it
hate
didn't
those back ass apologies.
didn't land well at all because you're a jackass. Yeah, that was like literally. I think it's 54 seconds in. You can see like the robot take over. Like you just see the twitch, and then
I'm
it's
gonna
like
have
the
to go and
steam.
visit
Yeah,
this.
go
Well,
find it.
I mean, I think everybody's kind of scrambling as to what to do next. And I think we're woefully unprepared for the future because it's always just kind of been like, this is the next step and this is the
Yeah.
next step. And right now we're in pandemic kind of threw us into, we don't know what the next step is.
Yeah,
We don't know where to go from here. We're not able to figure that one out yet.
but it's probably not Pity City.
It's definitely not Pity City. And I don't know if this is the right move to try and dump all of the money to this one position and then to have everybody else be mad about it because they can't buy a folder for their filing cabinet. You know what I mean? When you're not able to even functionally work the office because you don't have any funds for that. There's no budget for that.
Some priorities. You got to have some priorities.
Yeah, and I don't really know what that is. I mean, look at the Bud Light tried to, we've got this female, we've got the this, and then this whole exploded. And not all press is created equal, right? I'm about to sit on a panel for you for all and talk about what's going on in the press. And I got to tell you, the stuff that I've been collecting to share with everybody is a little bit outrageous.
Did you see the Bud Light billboard that was the response that was like, cry babies?
Seriously?
I was like,
seriously? I know you are, but what am I?
Double down. All right, I love it.
It's so bad. And so they haven't fired the two people. Yesterday, my husband was like, oh, they fired her, blah, blah, blah. No, the two higher ups at Bud Light have been posted on administrative leave, which means I get a vacation with pay, which is kind of BS also.
Well, and I think there's some of like people are so entitled and angry that sometimes some of these brands, it used to be as soon as you did something that offended people, like you were in immediate crisis mode.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like there's so much outrage everywhere and so many things that like it becomes you got to decide who your people are.
Yeah.
And you got to speak to them, and you kind of can't worry about the other groups sometimes because you just got to find your tribe and find your customer and bring them along with you.
I think businesses are really having a hard time with that and
It's a
crisis
struggle.
management for anything. I mean, honestly, we are offensive people. And also everybody's kind of divided in the way that they feel, and they feel like their personal views are the best ones.
Yeah, that division thing is a thing. We've become very divided in many, many ways, and it's bled over into places where you would not anticipate it. Like, what beer are you drinking? It's like, can I just have a goddamn beer? Can I just have a beer and I need something that's not stressful. Could my beer choice not be stressful? That'd be great. Can I just drink a beer?
Yeah, seriously. Good morning, Patricia. Got to see her out at the yacht club. That was very, very busy and very fun. Susan, thank you so much. Another one of our E for All alums. Danielle checking in from Florida. Mari, what a great party we had yesterday.
That looked like fun.
Yeah, we had a really nice time. It was his 70th birthday. He had no idea.
Oh,
so back to my car that I rolled up with. I did not give away the surprise. His friends ended up making him go golfing in the rain. He's like, seriously? I'm like, how are we going to get this done? But it got done. He was absolutely surprised. They flew his brother in from Michigan.
Oh,
it was really, really cool, especially since he was like, I got the card of check it off the box. I sent my brother a card. And then he turned around and he was in there and he's like, Hank got tears in his eyes. I'm like, oh,
that's sweet.
Yeah, it was definitely a really nice party. And especially when you genuinely surprise someone with something cool. I think that's where we should be focusing our energy. I was going to say,
that's what you got to pay attention to is like that human to human connection. Forget the rest of the nonsense.
Exactly. But it's hard as we've got all these baby businesses and people are learning ways to connect with people and function in the new society that we live
Find your
in.
tribe. Find your
Yeah,
tribe.
there you go. Best advice ever. Find your tribe. And thank you. If you're watching this, you're part of our tribe and we appreciate you. So we're gonna go play radio. Make sure you listen to us, Roku TV, Alexa, lemonadio.com. And we will update you as to all kinds of fun events that we've got coming up. And we always keep tabs on E for All to see what's going on with our new baby businesses and how we can be part of our community. And there's another pitch competition right around the corner for something fun. So make sure you watch them.
Always something happening. Well, I got a new crop of baby businesses for you coming this summer.
I'm excited for it. And if maybe you've got an idea for a business, how do people get a hold of you?
Kai at eforall.org. KAI at eforall. EFORALL.org. And applications are open for the Fall Accelerator right now.
All right. Get your applications in and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.